Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Catskills. I am Kathy Atwell, the worship assistant for this morning. We are delighted to have all of you who are attending in person here in the sanctuary and virtually via Zoom. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religious faith that carries no creed and welcomes all seekers. We are guided by a set of principles and written sources that encompass the many ways we come to know and understand the world, the universe, and the divine. Our principles are important to us at UU Catskills, and we live our values on a daily basis. We affirm that Black Lives Matter. We are a welcoming congregation of the LGBTQ+ community. We are an affiliate of the Ulster Immigrant Defense Network, and we are an active voice in the effort to address climate change. We acknowledge that our sanctuary shares the land that is the ancestral home of the Lenape. If you'd like to contact someone here at UU Catskills, please visit our website, uucatskills.org, or find and like us on Facebook and Instagram. A special welcome to all our visitors with us today. If you are a visitor on Zoom and would like to be added to our mailing list, you can put your name and email address in the chat box area on Zoom. If you're a first-time visitor and would like to let us know, please raise your hand, as we would love to say hello and welcome you personally and welcome. Do we have any visitors this morning? Oh, yes, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hunter Carrier, we live in Stone Lake.
Okay, well, welcome.
I'm Justice.
Okay, well, welcome both of you, father and son. And was there son? Did I see another hand? Did I see your hand? Whose hand? I thought I saw another hand. Nope. Welcome. We're so glad you made the long trip up from Stonebridge. Afterwards, if you'd like to talk with any of our membership committee, like to get to know a little more about us, then please talk. Okay. A reminder that people of all ages, children, young and old, are welcome here at UU Catskills. There's a space across the hallway for anyone who would like to hear the service while being able to freely move about. It's our quiet room. We encourage you to read the September newsletter that is distributed through our email list and on our website for information on upcoming events. You can visit our website, uucatskills.org, to find contact information, to be added to our mailing list, and to find the monthly newsletter. Our newsletter is also distributed by email. Tells you everything you need to know about our upcoming events. And if you are a visitor online and would like to be added to our mailing list, you can put your name and email address in the chat area. There are several coming events that are on the back of your order. Back here, we listed some. I have been asked to, it isn't our event, but there's this Hispanic Heritage Festival, and it is the 23rd, and it's actually at the Center for Creative Education on 16 Cedar Street, Saturday, 9/23, 11 to 6. So might be kind of fun. I'll leave this poster over there if you want to take a picture of it and maybe plan on going. Sure. Thank you. A reminder to please take a moment and turn off your cell phones or other electronic devices. And give yourself permission to be fully present here and now. Please Please stay for either in-person or virtual coffee break after today's service. Thank you to everyone who is assisting in today's service, and there are a lot of people assisting this morning. Our hybrid services are possible by our technical team. Tom Hackett is here in the sanctuary operating the camera and sound system. Our Zoom host is Lydia, who is back in the office. I'm here, Catherine and Jenny and the choir. Just lots of people will be working together to bring you the service this morning, our water communion. All right, that looks like that's it for the announcements. And so the prelude this morning, Hallelujah, Where the River Will Never Run Dry by Mammoose, performed by the occasional choir. This is our choir, our occasional choir.
Every time I feel this way, this old familiar singing, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. If it's been said, and I do believe, as you ask, so shall you receive. So take from me these troubles, give me sweet release, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry. There's a richness, heart of hearts, with the knowingness of my highest good. I am willing, I will do my part, where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. By and by, I will lay my troubles down by the water, where the river will never run dry.
We'll light our chalice. We'll set this down here, sweetie. So all you have to do is take this candle, light it with this candle. Okay, and then can you reach the big candle? As we say, we light this chalice in grateful love and community, even in the darkest of times. May it swing like a path to courage, justice, and hope. Getting there. Ah! No, that's gonna get it. We're gonna get that. Okay. Okay, here, let me hold it like that.
What's going to happen until the kids go
There we go.
away?
That's what it's like to close. Okay, there we go. Blow that one out. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. And then our unison affirmation. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and inspired to bring our gifts of love to all living beings. May we know once again that we are not isolated, but connected in wonder and joy to mystery and miracle in the universe, in this community, and in each other. And our opening words this morning, The Water Cycle by Candace Christensen, read by Jenny O'Grady. Not Vicky.
Yeah,
Couldn't
Vicky.
come.
As you know, today is our annual water service where we give thanks for the water. And so that's what the theme is for today. And the service is done by the Climate Action Team. Water is so familiar that it is easy to take it for granted. Yet it is what makes the planet Earth unique within the solar system. Water is the only substance on Earth that naturally occurs in 3 different forms. At the poles, it is huge masses of ice, perhaps not quite so huge nowadays. In lakes, rivers, and oceans, it is liquid. In the atmosphere, reaching upward for many miles, it is vapor, appearing as clouds, mist, and fog. Where rain is plentiful, there are rich tropical rainforests with broad-leaved green plants and colorful birds. When rain is scarce, deserts occur, where cacti blossom in the sandy soil and lizards bask on sun-baked rocks. Each of these climates and the plants and animals that live in such regions are influenced by water. More than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, and your body is between 65 and 70% water. And now we'll have the offering.
We contribute to worthy organizations through our half-plate donations. This financial year, we will not designate a specific charity each month. The Social Action Team has selected 7 charities. We will collect half-plate donations each Sunday for the entire year and then divide the donations equally between all the charities at the end of the fiscal year, which are Seed Song Farm, Center for Creative Education, Hudson River Sloop Clearwater, Kingston Emergency Food Collaborative, A.J. William Myers African Roots Center, Hudson Valley LGBTQ Center, and Ulster Immigrant Defense Network. This Sunday, we have special music written and played by Anna White. In Anna's words, the song is to celebrate the unique abilities of bodies of water to bring us together and give us the opportunity to act as the better versions of ourselves and have experiences they may otherwise be out of reach. Growing up in the 90s in a landlocked Midwestern city with an exhausted mother, an overworked father, and a sister I would happily have sent off with the circus, Alcova Lake was the kind of special family experience that many children grow up with all around them, but we only got to feel for a week at a time. For those few years, it was a glimpse into the kind of love I wanted to one day curate with a family of my own. Anna White.
did she say? It'll never be the same as it was in those days. Just a couple inches down they would see the sand was blacker than the soles of their feet. And I always liked how the deer would eat right out of your hand. But whatever you do, don't let that red screen door slam. Running up and down the banks of the lake. Oh, ain't Alcova great? Had an Uncle Jeff out on the boat with smiles on their faces in the good old days. Them early birds get the worms, they say. But these old seagulls put them on their hooks instead. At 4 a.m. they walk with fish bowls to the lake. Out on the water, talking about their fathers and their faith. Could they feel the ephemeral breaking of days? Did they know they were on their way to filling the roles we'd need them to play one day? Stuck on the side of the highway. Flat tire testing that faith as we raced against the rain. And at the time we could not see what is so clear now. Despite the storm clouds ahead, we don't make it through somehow. I wish I had a photo of the godlike shadows that big rock cast. But like all things magical, those shadows could not last. Down by the water, where her daughters play, side by side in matching tie-dye by the Wyoming lake. Those were the good old
Thank you, Anna, and thank you for your gifts. And now for Not for Children Only, Water Dance by Thomas Locker. Some people say that I am one thing, others say I am many. Ever since the world began, I've been moving in an endless circle. Sometimes I fall from the sky. I am rain. Sometimes I cascade. I tumble down, down over the moss-covered rocks, through the forest, shadows. I am a mountain stream. At the foot of the mountains, I leap from a stone cliff, spiraling, plunging. I am a waterfall. In the shadows of the mountain, I am still and deep. I fill and overflow. I am the lake. I wind through the broad golden valleys, joined by streams, joined by creeks. I grow ever wider, broader, and deeper. I am the river. I pass through a gateway of high stone palisades, leaving the land behind. Cool silver moonlight sparkles and dances on my waves. I am the sea. Drawn upward by warm sunlight in white silver veils, I rise into the air. I disappear. I am the mist. In thousands of shapes, I reappear high above the earth in the blue sky. I float. I drift. I am the clouds. Carried by winds from distant seas, I move, growing ever heavier. Growing darker, returning. I am the storm front. At the wall of the mountains, I rise up as gleaming, power-filled towers in the darkened sky. I am the thunderhead. I blind the sky with lightning. The earth trembles with my thunder. I rage. I drench the mountainside. I am the storm. Storms come, storms pass. I am cloudless droplets of rain, left floating in the silent air. I reflect all the colors of sunlight. I am the rainbow. I am one thing, I am many things. I am water. This is my dance through our world. And now we sing our children out.
So we're going to sing hymn 100. I've got peace like a river. to announce.
So I'm going to play the music of the water. I think you can hear it, right? It's this sound. So this is what we're going to meditate for a couple of minutes. If you'd like to close your eyes and just think of yourself sitting on the mossy bank by a stream in the woods, up in the Catskills, our home. And thank goodness for this precious rain, the water that gives us life. And now it's time to come back. It's time to us to face the present. And we'll hear Kathy, the chair of the Climate Action Team, talk about water, climate change, and we hope you'll all stay after the service as we'll have a short meeting about Green Sanctuary. Thank you.
Well, welcome. Each spring, you youth gather for the flower communion to celebrate the uniqueness of individuals making up our congregation. In the fall, after summers of making memories like those in Anna's song, summer filled with vacation travels, family reunions, and time having fun with friends. We gather for the water communion, for the mixing of our waters, symbolizing our unity. Water, a powerful force of nature, creates change. Think of the Grand Canyon or the all too common floods occurring worldwide. When we unite, our power to make change increases, giving us strength to face the challenges of climate change. As some of you know, besides being the coordinator of the Climate Action Team, I teach GED classes, so forgive me if I assume the role of educator. Many of us are aware of the science behind climate change. The same greenhouse gases that make our planet habitable are building up and trapping heat in the atmosphere, causing temperatures to rise. Now for some history. Science tells us that life on Earth began in the oceans around 3.7 billion years ago. Since our ancestors, Homo erectus, first used flint to make fire 1 million years ago, we have been putting carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Around 4,000 years ago, Homo sapiens began burning fossil fuels. It was not until the industrial age that humans-induced climate change really took off. In 1972, the passage of the Clean Water Act gave federal protection to bodies of water, and the health of ecosystems started to improve. Unfortunately, this past May, a Supreme Court decision reduced EPA's ability to protect wetlands to only those which directly adjoin a lake, river, or body of water, leaving many of these valuable ecosystems open to development. According to the EPA, wetlands are amongst the most productive ecosystems in the world, comparable to rainforests and coral reefs. By regulating water flow, they dramatically lessen the impact of both floods and droughts. They provide habitat, and they do all of these things while storing massive amounts of carbon in their abundant vegetation, making safeguarding wetlands a valuable natural climate solution. Water is life, the protest anthem from Standing Rock, heard around the world, has a spiritual meaning rooted in indigenous worldviews. For Native Americans, water not only sustains life, it is sacred. Indigenous and other marginalized groups' water sources are repeatedly threatened. They serve as water protectors for this vital natural resource. We must all be water protectors for future generations to have clean, safe water to drink, swim in, or to ski on. Thanks to activists last month, Governor Hochul signed a law preventing Holtec, the company decommissioning Indian Point Power Plant, from dumping radioactive waste into the Hudson River. More needs to be done. Ulster County's Local Law 12 is a step in protecting the Hudson River. It does not go far enough for some people, including those of the Ramapo-Munsee Nation, who see the Hudson River as a living entity with legal rights. The Rights of Nature movement began in Ecuador in 2008, and according to Wikipedia, now exists at the local or federal level in some 39 countries. Additional potential threats to the Hudson exist, like the development of the Port of Coymans just south of Albany, and the Champlain-Hudson Power Express, a high-voltage power cable being built to bring hydroelectricity from Quebec to New York City. Louis Pugh, British South African endurance swimmer and UN environmental patron of the oceans, has swum the seven seas to raise awareness of the need to protect rivers and oceans. Some of you may be following his progress in the Hudson River. He started at its source, Lake Tear of the Clouds in the Adirondacks, on August 13th, and is swimming towards New York City. This past Monday, on Labor Day, Pugh was welcomed by the Ramapo-Munsee Nation at the Hudson River Maritime Museum in Kingston. And on Tuesday, he stopped to swim with some students at Marist College. He will arrive in New York City on Wednesday, bringing his message to the UN ahead of the Climate Ambition Summit. Lewis says his message is a simple one. Rivers are the arteries of the planet. We cannot have a healthy planet without healthy rivers. We must invest in them, he adds. You get the environment you pay for. And when you invest, you get clean water, clean air, and a habitable planet. Water is life. What does water have to do with climate change, you ask? Climate change is changing weather patterns and wreaking havoc on the world. Water temperatures accelerate the water cycle, causing more evaporation and leading to droughts and desertification, and more precipitation leading to floods. Lack of water and flooding damage crops, leading to food shortages. Destruction from flooding caused by rising seas levels and intense rainstorms include not only property loss, but loss of life. July storms here in the Hudson Valley took the life of a young woman in Orange County and of an elderly man from Rhinebeck hiking the AT in Vermont. Heavy rains overwhelm waste systems, creating runoff, which contaminates rivers and streams. Beaches on the Hudson River were closed temporarily to the poor water quality. Climate change is here, and we're experiencing its effect. It is time for action. We must adapt to the weather extremes. We must stop burning fossil fuels. Water is life. It was during my freshman year in the spring of 1982 at the University of Illinois in an environmental science class that I first learned about climate change. Like many things we learn in school, they are forgotten when we go out into the world to live our busy lives, working and raising children. Fast forward to 2006, when Al Gore's film, The Inconvenient Truth, came out. The film made me realize the significance of climate change, and I began teaching my students about it. Back then, I did not realize the urgency of ending fossil fuels, our reliance on fossil fuels. In a democracy, we have the power to unite, to hold lawmakers and corporations accountable. Climate can't wait. It is time to change the destructive, oppressive system we live in to a sustainably just one. Creating the world we want our children to inherit is up to us all. Water is life. Two young fish were swimming together when an older and wiser fish swimming in the opposite direction asked as he passed, "How's the water?" "What water?" was their response. Too often, we are like the young fish swimming through life, unaware of the water in which we swim. It is time to awaken to the existential threat of climate change that threatens the continued existence of life here on Mother Earth. Climate can't wait. Don't be like the frog in the kettle who doesn't feel the rising temperature and is boiled when he could have simply jumped out. It's time for action. So buy a ticket and hop on the bus to New York City to march with others calling for an end to fossil fuels, or stand in solidarity with UUs from our congregation next Sunday. Not into rallies or crowds? Find another way to get involved, like taking part in our Green Sanctuary program. If we unite, like water vapor condensing into clouds, we have the power to change our future to one where the river will never run dry. Hallelujah. May it be so. And now we will have the traditional sharing of the waters. We ask if you come up and briefly speak at the front of us here. You're going to start? Yeah, I will start. I collected quite a bit of water this year, some from the abundant rain we've had, some from this seasonal stream that usually doesn't flow in the summer, but was flowing all summer this year, and some from the lake I love to swim in, and look at the clouds as I float, and finally some from the Hudson River, which brings us all together.
This water is from Westchester. As I drive back and forth to visit my family there, and it reminds me of my travels this summer. Every other day I'd receive a text, rain starting in Rhinebeck, rain stopping in Rhinebeck, rain starting in Rhinebeck. And I thought, well, maybe it's not much of a summer, but I was so relieved, particularly in British Columbia, which was on fire, and to see that our home here was safe. And I was happy for all of you that we're living in kind of a Goldilocks zone, but for how long?
We have some water just in the pitcher that would, if you want to just use it and share your thoughts.
I have a rather large series of rain barrels which are interconnected, and they've really been overflowing this year, and I really haven't needed too much water from them, and I have to keep an eye on them because sometimes mosquito larvae appear, and so I have to dump out the last one, which is an open one. So this is for all the rain that we've had and the big green grass.
Not lose that piece.
This is water from the Shagbark Creek in West Saugerties, New York, which is the home of the Underground Center, which is dear to my heart.
This is water from the Binney Water Spring, which is at the end of Wilbur Avenue in Kingston. It flows like at least a gallon a minute. It's just keeps coming out of the ground. So, and you can drink it.
Yeah, I think, I've never drunk it, but I do get it for my plants. I have very particular plants. They don't like tap water.
This is water from the christening of a cruise ship in the Cape Cod that we were at this summer. Brand new ship, and it celebrates the fact that we can enjoy the water and still make it safe and enjoyable for everyone else.
Yeah, this is from a water barrel, and from the blessed, we're blessed, Hudson River Valley. I lied. What was the expression? The Goldilocks. It's of the. That's very true, I think. So.
You might be able to see this. You might be able to see this bowl. It might take a gallon. It might take a gallon. And of all the water in the world, if you put it all together, the oceans, the lakes, the swimming, your aquifer, all of it, just put it all together in one big bunch of water. And have a gallon of that and pour it right in here. How much of that water would be drinkable? How much? Any guesses?
0.5%.
Well, bless you all, would it be so? One drop is drinkable. One drop. So that water that comes out of your faucet is drinkable. Avoid running full tilt for any reason. There's no reason good enough to do that. My water runs like a pinky max all the time. A pinky.
Oh, that was a pinky.
I think that was a large pinky.
Thanks, Joanne.
I've brought this water. It's the water that I drink because I live in the town of Esopus, and the water is coming from the Hudson River. And unfortunately, the PCBs, I think it's impossible to filter out the PCBs. And I think Kathy will be talking more about that problem that we're having. So I'm bringing spring water that I get from Cherrytown Road. It's down Route 209. I'm very fortunate to know.
Yeah, I live in Port Ewan. We also get our water, one of the 5 cities that get water from the Hudson. We're all very concerned about chipping. Okay.
Okay, so this is from Virtual Pacific Ocean Water from Kathy D'Amato, and is that how to pronounce her name? And Paula Silvey from the Galapagos Island that was mentioned before of San Cristobal. And, okay. So this water was gathered yesterday by my daughter with my granddaughter Hazel, watching her mom dip this into the Hudson River just outside the lighthouse at Rondout Creek from our little sailboat.
Yeah, Margaret and I had some travels this year that we crossed paths with water quite a number of times. We went to General Assembly in Pittsburgh, and of course you're aware that rivers converge there. And also went to Chautauqua this year at the Chautauqua Lake. And both of these communities are very active in both, in the care of water. So we reflect on that.
Hi. Well, this is water this week because on Monday, doing my laundry, my machine with a full load of laundry would not rinse. So it sat there soaking wet and heavy. And it took until today's Sunday. It took until Friday for a serviceman to come and to fix it. And he gave me the bill. It was $189, and the reason it wouldn't drain was one of my hair ties got sucked into the pipe. So I now have a $189 hair tie.
Water from the well, stream, and pond from our new home in Round Top.
The carbon footprint of getting water here from Wyoming would have been kind of counterproductive, but I have 4 long sentences about the cabin that song is about. The cabin had no plumbing, so our drinking water was laboriously hauled in dozens of gallon jugs from a bait and tackle gas station ice cream shop combo 10 miles away. When we woke in the middle of the night from too many sips of that well-earned water, we had to run outside, bare feet slapping on cold, flat rock, to the outhouse where we were acutely aware of that lack of plumbing. And when our hair got too dirty from sunscreen and seaweed, we took hurried showers outside under a big black tank of sun-warmed water. Wyoming.
And you're young enough to remember, because I had an outhouse when I was a kid, but I mean, for someone this young to get to experience outhouses.
Very
This doesn't look appetizing, but it's from my rain barrel, which filters itself. In the gutters are full of leaves, so it's good water.
It's very pretty.
My name is Alma Rodriguez. This water is from the Notch, going from Phoenicia to Hunter. When I moved here, I was trying to find the spring, and none of the locals would tell me where it was. And I was at first like, why would they not do that? And then after I found it. I did a little research, and I went up and down 214, and I finally found it. And then I realized it's a resource that could be exploited, and now I understand why they are so protective. And I do the same thing. I just say,
Look how clear it is. Hold that up so people can see. Look how clear that water is. It's beautiful.
and it's delicious. I could tell it's my water. Sometimes my husband used to go to a different spring. I said, no, that's not my water.
So, this is pretend water. We had my mother's 90th birthday and family reunion down in Scottsdale this year. And Phoenix in particular is pretending there's a lot of water around there. They're building 80,000 homes, new homes in Phoenix at the moment. And they talk that they have plenty of groundwater, but they've had like 1/10 of an inch of rain in 3 months. So there can't be groundwater, and I'm sure they're using their aquifer up. So it's pretend water, but it's also hopefully the water of illumination or whatever for the people of Phoenix and Arizona to get their act together. Because otherwise Phoenix is going to go the other way, not rise, but die like a phoenix.
So I have a little cup of rainwater from a puddle in our parking lot. Now, part of the significance, in a couple weeks, we won't have puddles in our parking lots. We're getting the parking lot repaved, and the apron coming off the road will no longer go thunk-thunk when you come in. So I thought, well, it's kind of significance because hopefully soon we won't have puddles in our parking lots. So,
We have one.
we got one more?
One more. Yeah. So during the summertime, every week practically, we go to our favorite place, Taconic State Park. I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but it's a great place to swim and boat. So we really enjoy that, and it's very tranquil most of the time, except when people are blasting their music. But great water, and so symbolically pour that lake water in there.
All right, well, thank you all, and we've got a nice full bowl of water. So our closing hymn, you picked up the words, Swimming to the Other Side by Pat Humphreys. We'll let- We are living beneath the Right, Lisa. Prayer of Love and Healing for Earth by Howard Shapiro, read by Lisa Greery. There you are.
A prayer of love and healing for earth. O God of all names and beyond all names, I pray in great gratitude this holy day for love. Love raises the sun and greets me in each drop of water I drink, in each crumb of bread I taste, in each smile and tear I touch, in each child I meet. In a mantle of awe I stand enwrapped. My feet rest upon earth and my head meets the moon. O Holy One, our times are fraught with challenge. Our earth suffers climate chaos. Men, women, and children suffer from wounds of conflict, droughts, floods, and crumbling economic systems. All manner of suffering and questions press into my soul. My small beating heart does not seem large enough, yet daily it keeps expanding beyond boundaries into compassion. Each morning, love rises beyond a known horizon in the unknown day. Each morning, hope beckons me into my stardust destiny. Each noontime, grace feeds me with love. Each evening, an invisible breath enfolds me in a shawl of mercy. O Holy One, who is love, hope, grace, and breath, transform our sadness and doubt into songs for life. We pray for our beloved planet and all brothers and sisters. May healing waters bathe the rivers and the oceans. May small, deliberate actions grow seeds of earth justice. May one prophetic note of the smallest bird song courageously sung on a busy street at dawn inspire leaders to free their voices to speak for the common good and for future generations. O God of all names and beyond all names, whose face is love, may I and we collectively be the face of transforming love in this moment, in this day, in these times. Amen.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. So we have the time to extinguish the chalice, call a close to our formal part of this morning. Stay with us all. We've got some food and coffee and great conversations. So, you ready? We extinguish the chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Do you want to talk about that?
So, in 15 minutes, we'll